You've seen the N.W.A. movie?
Absolutely.
What'd you think?
N.W.A. movie was dope. Great story. Not too sure it was a great movie. It was a good movie.
I thought it was a great movie.
I thought it was a good movie. 2.5 hours long. Might have been a little too long.
Yeah, kind of long.
But then again, you don't want a 90-minute N.W.A. story. You got to pack it all in. Yeah. It's just little things that make me laugh. Like at the end when, Dr. Dre was like, Suge was like, hey, what you gonna name the label? Dr. Dre's walking away. He turns with a dramatic turn. Aftermath. You know what I mean? Or like Ice Cube sitting at the computer and he's like, you got knocked the fuck out!
Yeah.
And then his wife's like, how's Friday? Like a little cheesy shit like that. But overall, it was a great movie. And it tripped me out that people were concerned it was going to be violence. Like, no, bro. Black people don't shoot up movie theaters. White people do.
Black people shoot up movie theaters.
What movie theater has a black person shot up?
I remember when Colors came out, there was all types of shootings.
I don't even remember what year that was. I might have been 7 when that happened.
It was in the 80s.
And I don't even know if it happened in the movie theater.
It happened in the movie theater.
Well, guess what?
There was extreme violence.
Well, in the past years, just in July, white guy shot up Trainwreck, which is a
that.
fucking comedy.
Well, black people, I think, were shooting at each other, whereas white people were shooting everybody.
You randomly come in the movie theater and shoot. But my thing is, you didn't have no security at Fantastic Four this weekend. You didn't have no extra security at motherfucking Mission Impossible. So don't be that blatant with your racism. Don't be that blatant with your profiling that you see this movie full of black hip-hop people. So in your mind, you're thinking it's going to be a bunch of black hip-hop people come see this movie, so you need to have extra security. You know who came to see that movie? America.
Yeah.
Not just black people.
Yeah, they made like $60 million or
60 million. You don't make just $60 million with just black people coming to see a movie.
There's a few things that came out that are kind of interesting after this movie, because we went, and I've been holding on to these interviews for a while, but I had like 2 hours of interview footage with DJ Yella. I had like an hour and a half with Michelle A. I had a bunch of stuff with Bone Thugs. I interviewed Lonzo from the World Class Wrecking Crew, Cole 187 from Above the Law. So I had all these kind of backstories around the movie. Now, the one thing that people have said that's caused a lot of controversy on Vlad TV was that a lot of people, like for example, Bone Thugs, felt that Eazy-E didn't really die of AIDS.
Yeah, me personally, I do as well, because even to this day, none of his kids, none of his baby mamas, his mistresses, nobody has came up with HIV or nothing like that. So just rationally thinking, some had to go on.
Whereas we had this one interview with Howard Stern where Eazy-E said he don't use condoms. And Eazy-E, because I've been talking to Eazy-E's daughter, and Eazy-E had 10 kids.
Do you wear condoms when you have sex?
No, apparently not.
You don't have condoms?
No.
You never wear a condom?
No. You heard about AIDS?
Yeah, but the people that I mess with don't.
They're clean?
Yeah.
How do you know?
You smell them before you have sex with them.
I would have had it myself if they would have had it, right?
Oh, man.
Listen, man, I believe half of what I hear and none of what I see. I don't know what I'm supposed to say to that. Eazy-E died of AIDS from what they told us.
Yeah.
He's dead. So does it really matter how he died at this point?
Well, I think that a lot of people try to justify their own risky sexual behavior by saying that he didn't really die of AIDS. It was a conspiracy. So I'm going to keep fucking everything raw the way I have been. That's what I think.
I really don't know. To be totally honest with you, I don't know. He died of AIDS as far as we know. I saw Suge Knight on Jimmy Kimmel talking about sticking people with syringe needles
filled with AIDS,
and then he goes that Eazy-E shit. And I've heard that rumor. I've heard that he got one of his enemies injected him with it. Actually, I heard that before.
Well, probably because of that interview.
Probably, yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'd heard that before also, and I never knew where it came from.
Yeah.
And then that interview came out, and it's like, okay, it clearly came from that interview.
Clearly that interview didn't come out back in the day, did it?
I think it did.
Okay.
Yeah, that was aired on television. It's just, this was the day before the internet, so it was just a word of mouth thing, and Suge saying this on Jimmy turned into, I heard that. You see what I'm saying? That's how things would move back in the day in terms of information.
Well, information is a motherfucker, and you can have your theories on things. Like Bone Thugs is entitled to say they don't think Eazy-E died of AIDS.
Because they said that they've had people close to them who have had AIDS, and
Eazy died fast. He did die fast.
He died fast. They never saw anyone die that quickly. But I had heard that a lot of what happened was they operated on him. he had this major operation, and after the operation was done, he passed away very quickly. Like the operation was not successful. Like I guess they tried to remove something out of him or something, and it wasn't successful. And he died very quickly. But if you think about hip hop, and part of the conspiracy theory is also that he had 2 kids. Like I remember because I'm talking to his daughter right now. Eazy had 2 kids after he died. You see what I'm saying? There was 2 other women that were pregnant during the time that he was dying. I'm not sure if one of the 2 was Tamika Wright. So at least 2, if not 3, and none of the women nor the kids were HIV positive. But then again, not everyone you have sex with,
true.
you transfer HIV to.
To be honest with you, I'm not even. I mean, I'm not up on HIV/AIDS like that to know how it is transferred to the kids and things of that nature. Because I hear that stories all the time too. Like, you got it, but your woman doesn't end up getting it, or your kids don't get it.
No, I remember this one time. I was getting tested actually, and I was talking to the counselor about it, and he was saying how you have these couples out there, right, where one of them has HIV and the other one doesn't have it. And the other one tries to get it so he or she could die with their partner together, and they can't catch it.
That is some crazy shit there.
Yeah. I mean, there's even something called bug chasers.
I heard about that.
Yeah, where people go out and purposely have unprotected sex with HIV positive people.
First time I heard about that shit, I started scratching. She said it just now, I started scratching. Shit's gross, man. Like, what the fuck? Yo, why do you want to go out and chase diseases?
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
What the fuck? Catching a cold on the regular isn't cool no more? Like, you don't want to catch gonorrhea on accident? Like, you don't go out there chasing the shit.
Yeah. But the contribution that Eazy made is absolutely immense.
Oh, man. Eazy-E and Suge Knight, both of them single-handedly controlled the genre of music. Like, they controlled hip-hop at one point
Suge
in
Knight
time.
or Dr. Dre?
Suge and Eazy. What you mean, Suge? You can't. There would be no Dre without Suge, and there'd be no Suge without Dre.
Wait. There would be no. Dre was Dre before Suge and after Suge, so you can't say
Dre
that.
went to another level with Suge. Dre was in a bad contract with Ruthless, as we saw in the movie, and Dre was the producer, the architect, the mastermind of N.W.A. But when Suge came along and said, "No, we're gonna go do this," that's when it became iconic. Like, Dre could have stopped at that point.
N.W.A. was iconic.
N.W.A. was good. Really good.
No, N.W.A. was iconic.
No, N.W.A. was legendary.
Iconic.
It's easy to say that now, but at that time...
No, at that time, they were iconic.
They were legendary.
I'm a little bit older than you. So I remember when it all dropped. Like I said, I'm a little bit older than you. Like,
so N.W.A., Public Enemy, who you consider them icons at that time? I can't consider...
Yes.
Off one album, you're an icon. Straight Outta Compton, boom, you're an icon.
It wasn't just Straight Outta Compton.
What else was it?
Eazy-E's album.
Okay. All right, so Straight Outta Compton, Eazy, they were icons.
Yeah. It was the biggest thing when those albums dropped. Everything else in hip hop stopped mattering.
Okay, well check this out. Dre went to another level after that, and then went to another level after that. Dre is probably the only artist in the history of hip hop who has evolved from iconic level to iconic level to iconic level. When you talk about icons, when you say it's levels to this shit, it's levels to this icon shit. Whatever level who you think the greatest hip hop icon is right now, alive?
You could say Jay.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Dre's higher than that. And I love Jay-Z. Jay-Z's an icon.
Yeah.
But Dre's higher than that. And I'm gonna tell you why Dre's higher than that. Because you have the N.W.A., which was, as you just said, a legendary, iconic movement. Mm-hmm. Then Death Row came in. Death Row was better than that. Death Row had...
I wouldn't say that.
Easily.
I wouldn't say that.
Vlad, easily.
I wouldn't.
Easily, Death Row was better than the N.W.A. movement. Death Row was the evolution of the N.W.A. movement.
I would say that I liked Straight Outta Compton more than The Chronic.
I don't agree with that. Okay. And I don't agree. And Straight Outta Compton was a great album, but then you got Doggy Style.
But you also have to understand that sometimes it's an age thing where you catch things at a certain age. Mm-hmm. Like, if you were 10 years old when Straight Outta Compton came out, mm-hmm. you're not really going to get Straight Outta Compton the same way that like a 17-year-old would get Straight Outta Compton.
Listen,
you see what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Just like I can't quite connect to the Beatles because it was before my time.
I
Do they
feel you.
make incredible music? Are they icons? Are they legends? 100%. John Lennon was one of the greatest songwriters ever to touch the
I
earth.
feel you, but guess what? Shaq was better than Will Chamberlain. Shaq was better than Bill Russell. Athletically, physically, faster. He was a little more skilled. Yes, Death Row crushed what N.W.A. had done. Dr. Dre went to another level and then presented you Snoop. Then he started working with Tupac. Then it was Daz and Corrupt and Lady of Rage and the Nate Dogg's and Warren G. Like it took the West Coast to another level. Then he did it again. He left Death Row with the Aftermath. He gave you Eminem, 50 Cent, The Game, Kendrick Lamar. Dre might be God. Like Dre, how many people have reinvented themselves as much as Dr. Dre? And then we're not even gonna talk about the headphones. Beats by Dre is part of the culture. There's nowhere you can go in America, black, white, Asian, Jewish, it don't matter. Everybody has some Beats by Dre headphones. Everybody. You go on a train anywhere in any major city, anywhere down south, you see people walking around with Beats by Dre headphones. That's all Dr. Dre. Listen, I'm gonna tell you how the universe conspired to make Straight Outta Compton work. The universe, and this is so ill when you think about it. The universe, okay, first of all, we couldn't have factored in all this police brutality that has happened to us the past 2 or 3 years, caught on camera. The same thing that happened in LA back in the day with the Rodney King trials that set off the Rodney King riots, that really made everything N.W.A. was saying that much more relevant. We couldn't have, you couldn't write it better for all of this shit to be happening and then this movie to come out at this certain time. Little certain cliche catchphrases in pop culture all stem from that West Coast N.W.A. movement. Bye Felicia was Friday. Fucking These Nuts. Where y'all think that came from? The Chronic album, Snoop Dogg, the intro, These Nuts, like you can suck these nuts, like that's what it came from.
These Nuts wasn't in the intro. It was in an interlude on the Chronic.
I thought it was on the intro when Snoop starts talking off. He starts talking on the Chronic, and he's dissing Eazy-E, and he's saying you can suck these nuts. Like it probably did come back on later in the album too.
There was an interlude where Snoop was on the phone with a girl, and he said, "Hey, did what's your name get at you?" She said, "What? These nuts." The man, fuck you.
Yeah, but in the intro, he was saying that shit too. In the intro of the Chronic, he was saying, I don't remember who he was dissing, but he was like, you can get these nuts in your mouth, these balls, whatever, all that shit like that. All I'm saying is, Dr. Dre took everything Dr. Dre has been involved in, he's taken the higher
I mean,
level.
Dr. Dre is incredible at what he does. 100%. I'm a huge Dr. Dre fan.
World Class Record Crew was here, N.W.A. was here.
Yeah, 100%.
N.W.A. was here, Death Row was here. Death Row was here, Aftermath was here. Aftermath was here, that Beats by Dre shit is all the way up here. They change culture. Like, Dr. Dre does things that change culture. Like, revolutionizes the culture.
100%. Well, you know what Dre said? There was an interview, I think, with Big Boy, where he said, don't put a ceiling on your dreams.
Word up.
He said, make your dreams be a convertible.
Word up.
You know, and it's true.
And don't get me wrong, Jay and Diddy are the other two iconic figures out here that we've seen do amazing, incredible things. But Dre's done it like 5 times.
Yeah, I mean, Dre became the first hip-hop billionaire.
But think about that, he's done iconic, next level, pushing the culture forward shit 5 times.
Yeah.
The average person is lucky if they do it once.
Yeah.
Maybe twice. Dre's done it 5 fucking times.
But why would Dre put me in it?
Okay.
I mean, because if they start from where they start from, I was just a quiet girlfriend who got beat up and told to sit down and shut up.
Me personally, I do as well because, I mean, even to this day, none of his kids, none of his baby mamas, his mistresses, nobody has came up with HIV or nothing like that. So, I mean, just rationally thinking, some had to go on.